Hello, I'll fix that stereo in a minute. Oh, it's cold. Why is the car not? Is the car on? I've no idea. Where's my pause button? Nope, why is that not working? Sorry. Shit. There we go. Let me get the temperature up a bit because it's fucking freezing. It is... Hello. Is this my first recording of the week? Well, that was highly unprofessional, wasn't it? I think it is. Hello, it is Tuesday. It's so humbling vlogging because having to fucking look at... You don't think about what a mess you are when you don't go near mirrors apart from in the morning and at bedtime. Because I'm not wearing contact lenses much. Dobby's having a wee. Because I'm not wearing contact lenses much to let my eyes rest as much as possible. I'm not going to wear them every day anymore. I'm only going to wear them when I'm going somewhere. So when I wear my glasses, I'm like, I just can't be arsed putting makeup on, because you always end up with those two little bits on your foundation. Anyway, so today Isaac will have had his last session of his essay. Like I told you before, 5 paragraphs, an intro and an outro, and if he manages to get done today what he is intending to, he will only have intro, 3 paragraphs and an outro. 2 pages of that essay haven't been done because they haven't had time. They had 3 20-minute sessions. The first session he got the intro and half of the first paragraph. The second session he finished the first paragraph and did the second paragraph. And today the plan is a final paragraph and a conclusion, which I don't know if he'll get that done or not. But the teacher asked too much of them and now they have to replicate it. If she had said 3 good paragraphs, an intro and an outro, we could have condensed so many examples of speech techniques rather than making us do something. Anyway, no point starting again, is there? So last night we went over some of that. I tried to sort of pick out the most important parts of, or the bits that land with the most clout. So there's like DiCaprio starts, or in one of his speeches he says it was the greatest of time. No, it was the worst of... He says something that sounds like A Tale of Two Cities first line. Charles Dickens' Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. He says something like, it's the most urgent of messages, and I can't remember what the fucking quote is, but it's a literary allusion to A Tale of Two Cities. So I'm like, right, you want to say that, and you want to say that it is a literary allusion. A-L-U-S-I-O-N. So he is alluding to A Tale of Two Cities. So there's like lots of it, there's like repetition of a superlative. There's loads of examples I gave him, and I said I put black felt tip lines through the stuff Darren's picked up my loaf of bread and chicken from my dad that I forgot. So yeah, he's got his last part of that today, and then we did the first revision of Spanish last night. We're on Tuesday. He's got his GCSE spoken on Friday morning, first thing. So we've got tonight, tomorrow night and Thursday night. We've 3 nights. Last night we focused on one of the sections that should probably be the easiest, and we were at it for 2 hours, I think. And I don't feel it's as good as it should be. Well, it's not as good as it should be. It's not that I don't feel it isn't, because there's certain bits he can't remember. The thing is, Isaac learns a thing without... He'll know what certain things mean, but words like that and of and little things like that. I said, Isaac, think of what you want to say in English and translate that over. I said, if you were translating what you were saying, you would realise there's a word missing there. You forgot the word for or of, or, you know, that sort of thing. But he just doesn't really seem to be able to... Anyway, he's got a Spanish on Friday, and all week, that's Darren's. Darren knows 2 German words, puta and zapatas.
Spanish?
What did I say?
Puta, zapata, really?
Zapatas is shoes, puta is a rude word. which strictly speaking translates as, I suppose, like a woman of the night, shall we say. I think it means whore.
It can mean a lot of things, can't it?
But it's actually a swear used in Spanish. They say it to mean F. Puta madre. Madre's mother. Puta madre's motherfucker.
Be a great shoe shop. Puta zapata.
Fucking shoes. So.
Oh, little dog out in the corner again.
It's a little black dog. Oh, look at me. Looks so sad.
Bastards.
So yeah, that's Darren's command of the Spanish language. So, just going into my dad's. We're going to collect Isaac from school, so we're a little bit earlier than usual. Because I'm going straight at home, because my dad has some shitey old film, really loud, and especially when it's a language, you can't concentrate, so we're just going to have to go straight at home.
It's John Wayne.
Yeah, it's a habit of watching John Wayne. I can't fucking stand the man. He's a shit actor and he's a horrible person. Sorry, things wobbling all around the place. And then I said yesterday, apparently there's talk in school that girls were talking about. Now you heard me have a good old whinge that the amount of time he's got that he doesn't need for RE, which is right at the end, and everything else is right at the start. They're talking about taking some study leave off them. And I said, at what point? At the start, he said. I said, Isaac, you've only got like 2 days study leave before your fucking exams. I said, surely they're not going to take that off yous. I said, all of you've got English and maths that first week. All of you. Now, fair enough, he's got an English repeat, which not everyone has. So that means he's got 2 English, a maths, and a history. So he's got 4 in the first week and a little bit. And they're talking about taking, I'm on the white line, they're talking about taking, no, I'll be so glad when this is over so I can think about something else. Last week, when I think about it, I edited my vlog for last week yesterday. It was a fucking busy week. I'm surprised I managed it. Youngblood 2 nights and a con all day on Saturday. It's almost unheard of. I've been the same weight since, I put on about half a stone between September and Christmas last year, because the time my mum had just died, I hadn't been thinking about what I was eating. So half a stone's not too bad, but I lost that half a stone, so pretty much I've been the same weight like I got to when I was like really concentrating on losing weight, and I'm stagnant. I'm just there and nothing's happening. I thought I'd have lost weight last week with the vomiting I did. Nope. How's that? Darren would be half a stone down if he vomited like that. Nope, no way at all.
That's what I need right now.
What, a good vomit? Why do you feel sick?
No, I just need to break the back. I've plateaued. I need to start some chair. What do they call it? Tai Chi for over 50s is what I need to be doing now.
But why do you not just go out and jog? You can jog. Or do lots of walking.
I go on the bike, but not on these roads.
I have to, well, you insist on keeping that fucking exercise bike that may as well be a clothes horse, but you're not using it.
Yeah, but I can't put it else, can I?
Do it in the garage. You get warm cycling, so you're not going to get overheated. We do not have a large house. An exercise bike in it, there's no room for. Darren's got shite everywhere in the little room that there is any room for anything. All over the floor. And then if he brought the exercise bike in, there'd be nowhere to put the washing things. The errors. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so I need to get back onto RockFit, but the issue is I'd like to get a little bit more weight off before we go on holiday, but the issue is that there's so much stuff needing done for his exam, so much note taking and revision. I'm like constantly busy. It's trying to get the time. It's ridiculous. So, and then I'm squeezing all the stuff for his revision in around when I'm doing other stuff. Like obviously I still have to go into my dad's tomorrow. I'm going out with Kira and Sophie because I haven't taken them out in weeks for one thing or another. So last week we were at the gigs. The week before that was when I had went up to A&E with her together, so she wasn't well. Then the week before that it was Easter week, and then I think there was a few weeks where was it Isaac? Anyway, it was other exam. I can't remember. It's been a couple of months, I'm sure, since we've actually been out. So I said we'd go out as normal this Wednesday. So we're doing that this week. And then, yeah, I might try and make my first start to rock fit on Thursday then. But for me to get any sort of result, I need to be sort of doing it like 5 days in a row. I don't do it at the weekend. Stuff's too busy, we're out too much, but I need to sort of be doing it Monday to Friday. Anyway, that's not very exciting. There won't be much hopefully filmed this week anyway, because this is rattling about in the holder. Because all I'm doing is helping Isaac revise. There's a little lamb there on its own. See where its mum is.
I'll find it when the mask starts bleeding.
Yeah, so nothing of any note to tell you. No, can't think of anything. Can you think of anything?
Isaac's agreed to do a tribute outfit.
He's agreed to do a tribute outfit.
Yeah, when we go away. I said to him, I said, we're doing one. I thought I'd tell him, just in case we do it. He goes, oh, you never told me you're doing that. And I
Right,
thought it was a good
okay.
idea.
Let me explain what tribute outfit means. When we go to Florida in August, I had to buy some little bits to wear because I've lost weight. So I had to buy some like vests and leggings and stuff. I don't want to spend a lot of money, so I got lots of stuff on Temu. But I decided, right, I'm going to do binding. Now, binding, if you don't know, is where adults wear things that allude to Disney characters. So I got a brown skirt and a brown vest. And Darren got me a little crossbody bag, and he's making the strap look like Chewbacca's bandolier. Exactly. So that's for Galaxy's Edge. I've got a little yellow skirt and blue top. I'll get like a red scarf in my hair or something for Snow White. So, you know, it's normal clothes, but it's the colours of characters. So I've got like a white and blue weird looking type little dress that looks, you know, like Avatar colours. So he now is wanting to do a Star Wars one, and now Isaac's going to do one, so they're all doing them. I don't know what the hell Isaac's going to do.
Let's do it Darth Vader.
How do you do that? It's just black.
I'm getting him a black shirt with a bit of lace. There's already cheap team who get lace at the top and lace on shoulders, and I'll put red cord in it, black shorts, and I've got an old child's Darth Vader outfit, and I'll cut out the chest piece and the belt, and it's done. That's it.
So I just realised he's in Florida in black.
It's being black anyway. It's Isaac.
So yeah, that's obviously you get your picture taken because it's the part of the package, you know. So you may as well take advantage and get proper like nice family pictures done. So in the Galaxy's Edge ones, we'll all have a little outfit on. So you will get to. So there'll actually be something of interest for you to watch after we've been to Florida, other than me ranting about exams, and that's about it. Anyway, at least you had some gig footage last week. Something a little bit different. So yeah, I shall check in with you guys later in the week. I wouldn't imagine it'll be very much this week, but yeah, I shall keep you up to date with anything of any interest. Hello, it is Wednesday. I have to take these contact lenses out in their dailies, and I hate wasting them. I know it sounds ridiculous, but the concept of taking out lenses and just throwing them straight into the bin. They look exactly the same. Right, it's folded over on itself. Come on. I'm trying to show you it. So that's what it looks like, which is exactly the same as the monthlies, but obviously you only wear these for a day. I haven't been wearing them, I've been wearing glasses, but because I went out with Kara and Sophie today, I had a pair on for the first time. Something on my face. And we went to soft play today, and picked Isaac up from school on the way back. I don't even know what this is. I know it's some sort of moisture, like it puts moisture back on your face apparently. I'll look in a wee minute. This is Balance Active Formula Hyaluronic Deep Moisture Serum. Where did I get it? I have no idea. I think actually I got it in like a package of presents from a friend that got me like a lot of skincare stuff together. Skincare is a really good thing to get as a present though, because it's like expensive, isn't it? I would love, you get these like, although that says hyaluronic deep moisture, you know the way you get this hyaluronic acid that like, it's for old people's skin but it costs a fucking fortune. My tattoo's doing its peeling thing and I'm a bit, I think it's going to, now can you see where it's all peeling and all looking a bit, dog scratched it tonight, that's what that was all about. But you can kind of see in the middle of this here, can you see how the colours looks faded to me? I'll wait until it's all healed, but I think it's going to be patchy in a couple of places personally. Like this, that looks like it should be thicker there. I don't know, we'll see. I may, oh look at all that horrible skin. I don't know if it's picking it up properly. So yeah, all we're doing at the minute is study Spanish. Isaac's speaking test is on first thing Friday morning. It's an absolute nightmare because he's got, I'm not even going to go through everything, he has to learn it so much, but he will not listen to me about how much he has to get done, and he wants to leave the rest of it till tomorrow evening, night before. And he's like, well, we can do 7 hours. And I'm like, Isaac, it'll stop going in after a certain amount of time. We'll just take a 10-minute break every hour. I says, well, that's not 7 hours then, is it? But he has 3 full conversations to learn. 1 on family, 1 on where you live, and 1 on holidays. They definitely get asked family. They get asked, sorry, there's another 3 conversations. School, where they live, and holidays. And they're going to get asked 2 of the 3. And then they get a role play thing where they get 2 role play cards which have been selected out of maybe, I don't know, there's maybe 20 role plays, but they can be asked any of those 20, and each of them have 5 questions in English, giving them a scenario like, you're speaking to your friend or your Spanish pen friend, ask them this, ask them that. Or it could be you're speaking to a teacher or an adult and you have to use a different form of the word you. So like in foreign languages, we would just say you to a teacher or a pupil on our same level, but in other languages, you have to use a different word for you, depending on whether you're speaking to someone above you, so an adult, or someone, a professional, or whether you're speaking on your level, or like a parent would to a child, or the other one is plural you. In English, it's the same word for all 3. In languages, it isn't. And he has to like choose the correct form of the verb and stuff and do all the questions, then ask the teacher a question. Isaac, they never have to ask questions, they just have to answer them, so that'll be difficult. Plus there's going to be an extra, so hard not to pick at tattoos. I'm not picking it, I'm just like almost rubbing one of the little bits a little, but it's not coming. But I think this is going to heal patchy, which is not good. We'll see. We'll not decide yet. But what was I going to say? He's got approximately 13 sides of an A4 page just on role plays. And he's got between 2 and 4 sides per each conversation out of the 4. And tonight he had 2 sides of 1 page. The back side wasn't even a full page, and the answers were all short. Most of it was stuff he'd done before, other than a few words of vocab, and it took him 2 hours. And when he came down, he didn't know it. And he's arguing with me that tomorrow night's enough time to go over 4 entire conversations that took a full evening each. And even at the end of those evenings, he didn't know it to a degree he needs to. And the conversations, the role plays, that there's 13 sides. It took us a week to learn that, a couple of months back. And I'm like, Isaac, nobody's expecting you to get 100%, but I said, if you go into a test with a knowledge base that's at about 70%, you're probably going to come out of that test with about 50. And I've tried to explain that on the day, test situation, oral, like speaking there and then, it's not written. Things are going to go out your head. You're going to forget words. So if you go in knowing 70%, you're going to come out with much less than that. I said, I went in knowing 100% and I made mistakes. I said, it's going to happen. You'll get nervous. I disagree. I'm like, Isaac, you've never had a GCSE oral exam before. So how can you make a comparison as to how you're going to be on the day? I'm going to be fine. I disagree. And then he gets smartest, and I'm just losing my shit with him. I really am. And then their music teacher has given them a music exam on the same day as their Spanish GCSE. I told him to tell him. I said, you tell your teacher that you've got a GCSE that day. I don't know if he did or not. He said he did, but I don't know. The Spanish teacher apparently got into trouble because basically all the teachers have been told they must give CMs to the class, meaning the normal test that they get 4 times a year. And she says, no, they're preparing for an actual GCSE. Why would I give them an exam on top of that to detract away from their revision for their... You have to. And she refused. She said, I'm going to use their performance in the oral as their CM. And she's got into trouble because she won't give an exam, which is ridiculous. All the other teachers gave the exam. Now, thankfully, the maths teacher said, I don't agree with the fact you are being given this test, so just do what you can and, whatever. But it's just, to me, if you want to give the kids their normal CMs, fine, but do it in June. The GCSEs finish in the last week of May. Give them their CMs at a time when A, they will have done loads of revision for their actual GCSEs, and B, at a time that's not going to interfere. So if you're sitting trying to cram the Nazi section of history about the Germans, you don't want in the middle of that to have to break off to learn Spanish, or in the middle of revising for an English language resit and an English literature paper, break off to revise for RE, just for a school examination that means nothing. But you can't talk to some of these teachers. It's just throw more and more and more tests at these kids. Oh God, what if this heals? I was hoping I'd find a good tattooist in our hometown to actually go and see. And I am really concerned that this is healing patchy. I don't think I can't get it close enough to actually let me pick you up. So, you can see what I mean here. The red bits is where the dog scratched me tonight. So can you see in the middle of this, right in the middle of the bottom section, right in the middle, can you see how it looks patchy? The green. Obviously this all has to peel off. Yeah, but I think, and here on the left hand side, the middle bit, where the sort of like thick part comes in, that looks like that's going to be patchy too. So I'm just going to have to, but Molly it wasn't red at all. Molly scratched her nails right across it. She like slipped down me and just her nails scratched right across the top of that, which is why it's looking like it is. But we'll see what happens. It won't be like, obviously from a distance, it's not going to be that bad, but I can't go any closer to it. But in that bottom middle part, it definitely looks to me like it's healing patchy in the middle. We shall see. I just fancied something new. Anyway, I'm going to go and yeah, I shall check in with you. Oh, look how shiny that is. I shall check in with you guys later in the week. Hello, just a little catch up because I don't think I've filmed much this week. Neither did I intend to. So, it is Friday evening. Isaac's just been to Explorers. They did geocaching again. He didn't get his bronze award still. I've no idea when the man is going to actually give him his bronze award that he earned months ago. He done his Spanish GCSE speaking exam first thing this morning. He says he thinks it went well. He said his teacher told him it went well. So we'll see. We both know that he wasn't fully ready to do it. He agreed last night that when he said that time that he had left would be enough, that it wasn't. But just let's hope he's got through. It's worth 25%. I'm secretly hoping that he's got about 20%. He might not have, but we shall see. But unfortunately now, what he has a tendency to do is, he was first of the whole class in to do it. Some people are scheduled for Monday and some for Tuesday. He will tell people, you know, they'll say, oh, what this, what that, and he'll give them an unfair advantage. I've told him not to. Oh, I haven't told you that he's got his first detention. He has detention on Tuesday after school, him and Stephen. They phoned home, and when Darren comes in and says, right, that's Isaac's got detention, my brain's like, oh my God, what's happened? What's he done? Him and Stephen went uptown at lunchtime to the shops. That was it. Now, strictly speaking, they're not allowed to leave school property. That's a massive rule. School's right in the middle of town. They left school, went to B&M for a drink, and they got into a lot of shit. So apparently when school called Stephen's mum to tell her, and he texted her, she apparently came back to him and said that she thought it was funny, just don't do it again. Isaac obviously didn't contact us. He came home, wasn't going to say anything. I says, have you anything to say? I had to be proper. Now me and Darren weren't cross. We were just like, oh God, Isaac, don't be so stupid. You know, you've drawn attention to yourself. If they want to be complete pricks about your hair and piercing and stuff, they will do. You know, this is on your record, but it's like, right, just don't do it again. Oh, I thought yours would be really much more angry than this. Said Isaac, it's just don't. No, now that I know that how serious it is, I won't do it again. So he's got his detention on Tuesday. They're supposed to start their study leave the week that the first May Day falls on. I think the Monday is something like the 4th, but it could be different. They've decided, now his first exam is that Thursday, and it's a reset of his English language. Then his next 3 exams are the following week, and I've complained that they haven't got enough time. All he's got is that few days in the 3 days before his English language reset. They're now saying they're taking that week off them, and they're going to have to go to school instead, and leaving the 2 weeks after all his exams, where he's got 2 weeks to do jack shit, but taking the week off him that we really, really need to do his maths revision. I'm fucking fuming. He's like, I'll just not go to school. I'm like, Isaac, you can't, because then you're going to have work to catch up on top of everything else. And they might do things for your music and your moving image arts that go towards your GCSE, like controlled assessments. You can't. So they're going to take the tiny little bit of time away from us that I needed for maths, because next week I've got scheduled Nazis. If Isaac learns maths techniques, because we have to learn them every time because he keeps forgetting, too far away from the exam, he'll forget them again. So I have to leave them to last. Unfortunately, if I leave them to last, he's also got history, English literature and maths in the same week. Maths and history are one day. I think the English literature's on the Tuesday, and maths and history are on the Thursday, Friday. So he's got one day between the English one and the maths and history. So obviously he has to go with whatever's the next day, which I think is history, and then the maths is on the Friday. And we need about a week for maths. We've only got 2 weeks left. We need a week for Nazis. He also has a brief overview of the Northern Ireland politics, but dates and things, forget it. And we have to somehow learn 15 quotes per character, which we worked out was like 140 quotes for the English literature exam to do an essay. I'm just, fuck, my head's fried. So I will be so glad to see these exams over. So what people don't understand is there's so many exams per subject. They think, oh, he's doing his exam some this year, that'll be good, he won't have to do them next year. No, he has to do double the amount of exams that we had to do. And in some case, I know every time, guys, I'm aware I'm doing it. I can't fucking help it. 6 fucking exams for 1 grade. Anyway, so I'm going to be bed. tomorrow is our 16th wedding anniversary. We should be in the house revising, and for a portion of the day we shall be. But I want to go do something. There's nothing at the cinema I want to see. That new Michael Jackson film's out, and while I like the era that it's covering, which is the Thriller Beat It era, I did used to be a big Michael Jackson fan when I was at school, when I was like much younger, primary school. I'm sort of like on the fence about him as a person. I just can't make up my mind as to whether the stuff's true or not true and what was said, and you know, I don't know. So, you know, it's not for me to be pontificating. So it's like a film I'm interested to see because I like that era of his music, but not really enough to go and pay to see it at the cinema, if that makes sense. I'm not desperate to see it, and there's nothing else on that I haven't seen or I want to see, so I don't know what. But meant to be really nice weather tomorrow, which is unusual. So I might go to the garden centre. That's exciting, isn't it? To get some little plants to do the garden. Who knows? We shall see. Right, I'm gonna go to my bed. I just thought I'd do a check-in with you. So yeah, nothing much happening. If I do anything tomorrow, I'll try and film, but we might just go to the garden centre, and I mean, that's not filmable really, is it? So yeah, I shall speak to you at some stage to end the vlog off at the end of the week. Hello, that thing that you can see is sun, and I don't know if it's because there's a dirty lens or what. It is Saturday, it is extremely warm. Let me just get on the aircon a bit. Right, is that coming straight out? That's the one we want. We don't need that one. There we go. We are heading up to Antrim to the garden centre to I'm going to pick some little bedding plants out to, you know, like the little, I want to do my hanging baskets basically. I always buy little plants for them every year, and maybe a couple of other things to plant places. I have loads of weeding to do, but that is a really long job. I could do it today, but me and Isaac need to at some point get revision done, so I do not know what the hell to do. I've just noticed my little acer tree looks really miserable. It looks like it's dying, but we've got no depth of soil, so we can't why is this not coming out at me? You can't plant most things in our garden that are bigger because there's not enough, you know, it's shallow soil. So it's our anniversary today, 16th anniversary today. I've got a big bar of chocolate and some flowers and a Funko Pop of the Count from Sesame Street. And I'm just looking for music.
Got my little one back.
I don't even know what I want to listen to. Right, so we're going to go for a strollette around B&M Garden Centre, and yeah, I shall maybe film a little bit when we're there. I might not, it depends how busy it is, but I'll just speak to you later. Right, we're in B&M first. Look, these are dead cute, but I can't justify for a fake plant. I mean, they should be like £1 or something, shouldn't they? A little cowboy hat. Oh, that smells nice. These things look nice, and then you get it, and then you get it home and it smells of nothing. Okay, what the hell is that? That smells awful, but it's jasmine and amber, and I love jasmine. Right, this is what we're looking for, some frames. So I need these for our, oh, what's that? That's broken. Right, and then I need bigger ones for the Darren was on about the ones for the signatures to get a, oh, this is them, I think. Is it 5x7? I need 8x10. I'll be right, they don't have any 8x10s that have got a border. They've only got 5x7s.
You don't really need a border.
Well, that's what I said to your dad, but he was like, no, it looks better with a border. Right. Am I missing anything? Is there any 8x10s with borders? What's that? That's 8x12.
It's a strawberry now.
Right, shouldn't really be here, but I'm here. I like these at the bottom. I like the little dog at the top. Look at the little hedgehog, that's dead cute. Very nice. Oh! Little birds. I've got... Oh, I don't have that. Little fox. It's very cute. But I'm thinking of how much all of this would add up to when I get my plants. So probably... Isaac's got a spade on a skateboard for some reason. Right, I could get loads, but I'm not going to get any of them.
What have you found?
Lots of things. Look at them leaves.
Hey, to get the possible part.
No, absolutely not. Let's go out to the what I came here for. The basket's full already and I haven't got anything yet. What is that down there? This is really bad footage, I apologise. I'm not looking at what I'm filming, I'm just pointing it with a camera shut. Right, I need some stuff I can put in hanging baskets. This is ideal. Oh, they're only single plants. No, that's not ideal. Ignore me. Maybe these. There we go, bedding plants. That's what we want. They're not looking very healthy, are they? I don't know why Darren's shouting Allah Akbar over there. Why are you shouting that?
I don't know. Some strawberry.
Geranium, they're quite nice. I need something for my hanging baskets, but they all look... what sort I'm looking for? Dead?
Yeah, all good.
These are the closest to not being dead.
Well, there is still another, like, ages that
Yeah,
way.
but they always put bedding plants all
Have
together.
you seen that
Isaac?
little one that's keep popping up on the kitchen window?
No.
Outside and back.
Oh yes, the one, the Bradford colours one. Yeah. Look at them, nice. Oh, they're lovely. Look at that flower. Wonder what that is.
I don't think weather stays for summer holidays.
Oh, it won't stay for all of it. It never does. They're nice.
It's always exam season, good weather. The minute we get off it, weather goes back to crap again.
Excuse me.
£15. £15.
Did you not hear that?
Well, I heard him burp. Don't tell me he farted as well.
I don't think that was a problem.
What?
You fart?
No, I didn't know.
These are looks for fuchsia. It says geranium £3. That's a fuchsia. So how am I supposed to know? It says geranium over there. What?
Do you say uranium or geranium?
Geranium. These are fuchsias, but there's no price on it. I don't want to get one and then end up paying more than I want to pay. They look really nice in hanging baskets though, these.
Geranium.
But there's probably too much of it to put in one of our hanging baskets, to be fair. But it's only £3. I'll take one of them. Oh, that one's broke. Right, I might put it back. I've not decided entirely yet. How can they sell bedding plants like that? Look at the state of that. Oh look, there's a carnations. Magic salmon. These sort of things are good for hanging baskets as well. $1.99, just about the right price as well. I'll have one of them. We'll have a magic salmon.
Oh, what?
Magic salmon, apparently. Oh, dahlia, £3. Dahlia, £3. Imagine you picked that up. Right, I'm putting that fucking geranium back. They're 15 quid each. It says below at £3. So that's now leading me to believe that that's not what it says it is. Don't want a shock at the bloody checkout. Bamboo all looks dead. We could actually do with some new stones, but we won't be getting them today. That's a tenner, that might grow okay. No, I absolutely love these, but when I buy these, they never take. What are you? I don't know. It's a rhododendron. That one's red. It's as dry as... No, that's pretty much looks dead. Clematis. We've got clematis out the back, but... Isaac, please don't do that. Oh. I don't know. No, we'll leave clematis for now. Can't believe how dried out these are. Can I just see the ones behind you? I'm looking for a red one that's not an awful... That's what we're looking for. They're like we've got out the back.
Straight out of the 1970s.
Bush.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay. Yes.
Mark, line one, please, Mark.
Can't believe how dry these are. They're literally dry as a bone, all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know whether to plant these in. I'll decide when I get. I haven't got enough for my hanging baskets, so that's the only thing. I can't see any because I need to put something in that wee thing that you bought me as well. That's only got the wee tree in the middle. There's nothing around the outsides now. So like I need it little bedding plants. No. Selection shit. But I don't want to have to traipse about somewhere else is the issue. I don't know if it'd be worth going to like Lidl or something on the way out.
Might just left because there was a hose pipe in the way, so he's gonna have to go back around again.
Everything's in such bad condition. I mean, look how dry that is. Can that be rescued? Azalea. The pots are cracked and everything. Alright, I'm going to get some of these. I didn't actually see these. This is more what we're looking for. If Darren would come back with a fucking basket, would help. get a few of these and that'll do me. Right, we're back home. You can hear in the background, I think everyone's doing their gardening today. So this is what I bought. Some little bedding plants for my hanging baskets and that. I'm just currently, you can see, this is last year's stuff. That's growing nicely, whatever it is. So I'm taking these all out front. I started this one before I started filming, so so obviously getting rid of this stuff, and I'm going to plant the rhododendron and the little thing over there in these 2 tubs. I don't know that I'm going to do the weeding along the bottom today. It is shady, so I might. I was going to replant trees into these, but I've changed my mind because I think the things that's in it, oh, I might take that out. I don't know, I'll see. I might put the rhododendron in that. See, I want it to grow bigger. It might be a good one to plant out front, I'm not sure. That rhododendron, I don't know whether to plant it out front in the ground or to plant it in one of these tubs. Every time I get one, Darren's spraying the ground to try and keep the weeds down.
It's not weed killer if we're on planets.
It's natural, like white vinegar and stuff is made up. So I'll look at this. I always think this is dead weird every year. Before it leaves, it comes out with these little buds on just plain sticks. Then those little flowers will fall off and it will, you see the little almost catkins, oh there's a bee about the place. Then it'll be like get really leafy. That little primrose I dug up from the side of the road. It's a wild primrose when there's a fucking bee there. Can you see it? Hovering, the bastard. There it is. There it is, the wee fucker. Honestly, these things know I'm scared of them and they won't piss off. Look at it. It's evil. Yeah, so then it'll go all, that was like, Darren got 2 of those out of the skip. There were about 4 or 5, I only took 2, wish would have taken 4 or 5. Then I dug that up during COVID on one of our walks one of the days. So yeah. Right, let me get on with it and then I'll switch you back on when I've finished. See what I've managed to achieve, eh? Alright, finished. You can hear the birdies. They're trying to get up. They're thinking, we'll use piss off inside so we can eat what you've put out for us. Honestly. Right, I did manage to get the bottom weed today. So I've done not as thorough a job as I normally do, but it's enough that it'll do. I'm hoping that the sweet pea climbs back up that again. And all of the things are out front, but I can't film because there's people outside and I'm antisocial and don't want to talk to people.
Yeah, it's still there.
That's my flower there. And roses, and that's a fire bush that's sideways, and that's washing. I think you can work that out for yourself. There's Yoda, look. Yoda and a hedgehog. So yeah, we're all done. We're all tidy again for another wee bit. All the stuff's on the fence for the birdies. We'll go in and there's Molly. There's a cooling mat for them that they're not interested in lying on. Dobby, it's birds. The birds are allowed to be here. Right. Hello? Gigi?
I could have sprawled out to get one, so.
Look at it hovering.
What are you talking about, Dobby? Yeah? That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I need to go inside, I'm getting too warm. She's going limp, I can't pick her up.
She's relaxed. You have to stay there till she's finished. Oh, did he wake you up? He's so mean to poor Dobby.
She just keeps folding herself backwards.
Poor little Dobby. What a shame. You never get nothing, do you? Nothing. You never get nothing.
Hello, closing off the vlog for the week. It is Sunday, just about to head into my dad's. It's not as warm, it's 14.5 degrees today. Yesterday it was just over 20 in town. A little bit cooler out here, but I didn't feel it because the sun was shining like directly like on me when I was doing the gardening, which was not good. We've got some revision to do today. I don't have the heart to start trying to talk about Nazis when my dad's got television blaring. So I've just got some stuff that Isaac was given for this English resit Have a look at that, just read through some. Then we'll start when that says tomorrow. So tomorrow he has a revision class after school for history, and Tuesday he's got that detention class. But the teacher said that would become basically they were going to have to revise in the detention class. That's what they would be doing. So prefer the time at home to revise, because then we know that it's definitely been done and people aren't staring into space. When you get out, can you take the rubbish down that side? 2 packets of what sets in it? We'd still need to wash the car. Remember you were going to take it up yesterday?
I still don't think it's on.
Right, what's
what?
It was beeping like there was someone behind me.
I think it was picking up the garage at the front, even though we're in reverse.
Right, yeah, so I've nothing really to tell you. I've just put it on to close it off for the week. Is there anything you want to add to the weekly vlog before I close it off?
I can't think of what.
No. Clayface movie looks really good.
Isaac likes the trailer for the new Clayface movie. It looks like
It's a body horror on Clayface.
it's not. Can't say I'm overly excited about it. There's very few films coming out now that are particularly good. There's even ones, is that the ones from the corner?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know who it was. That was a family that's moved into the corner, really lovely house. But it was really expensive and the inside of it needed so much work.
Stripping the whole thing out.
I tell you, to be able to afford to buy a house, it's like so difficult nowadays. You have to have like a really, really decent pension, and you have to have 2 people working full time, and at least one of you need to have a really good wage, otherwise you've no chance. I was looking up last night, and I'm going to tell you this because I was shocked. Darren wasn't, he guessed more or less right, but I was shocked at this. I'm going to ask Isaac actually. Let's pause this. Right, Isaac, I was looking up last night, you know, if you were to go to university,
Yeah.
you know halls that you stay in?
Yeah.
Have a guess how much per week it is in rent to stay in halls.
For a week.
Yeah.
150.
Well, that's minimum. 170 to 200 pounds a week. 800 pounds per month. That's rent of a house. You can rent our house for that much money and have some left over. 200
3-bedroom with a garage.
200 pounds a week. Now I understand why a lot of students like rent out flats or houses, but the problem with that is if any of the students leave, then the rest of them are stuck with their share. So if you like flunk out of university, or if you decide to go move in with your boyfriend or girlfriend or your mates, or you want to move out but you don't get on with someone, the responsibility of paying that share is with the rest of the students. So there's no...
Minefield.
I was proper shocked that that's how much it was, and I'm like, is Isaac even going to be able to afford? But basically they've said you cannot do university unless you work a part-time job as well, and your parents have to contribute a significant amount. I don't know how much it's like, can we afford for Isaac to go to university? I was really, really shocked. I mean, who's got 800 quid a month spare to pay for that? And you know, you get so much as a grant, but I mean, you get the education cost, which is what, about 9 grand a year as a grant, but then the minute you hit 25 grand a year wages, you just have to start paying that back. And you would like to think that if you went to university to get a degree, that you would be earning that amount of money.
Call it 9 grand a year on rent.
It's like, as my dad said, university is a waste of money. There's loads of people running about with a degree stacking shelves. It's like, yeah, you're right. I think university is only worth it if you know what you want to do and you need a degree to do that thing. It's like years and years ago when it was free, before my time. Well, yeah, before my time, you had to pay when I was that age. It's just it was never looked into for me because it just wasn't an option. I wasn't going to be allowed to do it, so there was no looking into it. But people used to go to uni when you got free education, you know, when you didn't have to pay the whatever amount it is for a grant, just as a rite of passage. It's just, oh, just because I can, sort of thing. But now, it's almost like the only people that can go to university are like, you know, privileged people with the money to. It's like, yeah, you can get a certain amount for the education side of things, but obviously if you stay in halls that covers utilities, but it doesn't cover food. So you need to like pay to eat and you need to pay to stay there. There's Isaac and Stephen with dreams of going to university in England. It's like, unless the two of you are getting really good part-time jobs that can cover your rent, I don't know how you're going to do that.
All these gigs that are apparently going
Yeah, well,
to do. Oh, God.
but it's ridiculous. Two of my cousins, two brothers actually, went to uni in Belfast and they both commuted. It's not affordable, it's ridiculous. Obviously we'll find out more about it when it gets to the point that they're starting to look at it, but I mean, if parents are expected to contribute thousands and thousands, we literally don't have thousands and thousands, so what are you meant to do? You know, as a low-income household, I don't know. It's the other frustrating thing about where we live is like pretty much everyone out here is financially really well off. The only other fact that I can think of two families that aren't. That's ridiculous. In the whole village I can only think of two families that aren't. And in both of those families, none of the kids have gone to uni. None. One I'm thinking about is Robert's family, and the other I'm thinking about is Maggie Irvine's.
There's several up there that are in making ends meet mode.
So where is all these cars going? Jesus. Must be going to the coast. Either that or something on up there today.
It's not going on down here, it's stopped on road.
Yeah, and it's right on the corner. That's fabulous.
Fucking left-hand hill. You absolute moron.
Just turn that around so you can see where this guy thinks it's advisable to park a fucking trail. Oh, look at the dog, he's gorgeous.
I'm always parked there.
I just thought you had to see that. That was the brow of a hill on a corner. I mean, he's a farmer and they think they can do what they want. I was distracted by the really nice dog. It was a collie, but it was brown